Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Mythrill Monthly. It's me. I'm here with my lovely guest. Well, not guest, my lovely co-host, El Pondferry. Say hi, El.
Hello.
And obviously, I'm Jay. Which would be silly if people didn't.
I would hope they know by this point.
I mean, it's on my Twitch, so I think it'd be very silly. But we have an extra special, lovely, amazing, wonderful guest today. We have the lovely Demi Comply.
Woo!
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, let me Mythrill their monthly.
we Oh my
Oh
god,
my
they let me Mythrill
goodness.
their monthly. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Mythrill in the monthly. This is gonna be a great time. Oh my goodness.
Yippee!
It is.
Well, welcome everybody. I forgot to put at the bottom that it's the November recap. If I can actually spell the word November. There we go.
It's a difficult word.
It is a difficult world. World? Yes, it's a difficult world.
World.
I'm
That is true.
dyslexic.
That's also true. It is a difficult world.
For real. But today is going to be the recap of all of the lore from the Mythrill SMP that happened back in November. We are going to slowly but surely catch up to where we should be. Because I'm pretty sure episode 4, if things go to plan, is going to be December and January. And then we'll only be like 2 months behind, which will be a lot better than where we currently are. But yeah, thank you for being patient with how quickly we're getting these done, because I am slow and getting notes is hard. But it's going well. I think we have a little bit of housekeeping to do before we get fully started into the actual reading, though. So let's go over that before we get into things. Yippee! First of all, for people who are in the lovely public Discord, you might have seen an announcement. I think sometime last month we did it, right, El?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, there was an announcement last month that one of our members had been removed. Just thought we'd briefly mention it here because we are going to still be reading some of Cersei's lore, but she is no longer part of the SMP. We wish her well in all of her future stuff, but sometimes these things just happen, so yeah. We're going to still be reading the lore, well, the majority of the lore that she had done with other members up until her removal. But yeah, thought we'd give a mention of that first, as well as that. The lovely Maddie Claire is going to be saying goodbye to Mythrill SMP at the end of this month. She wasn't removed for anything, but she has decided to step out because she personally doesn't have time for the server, along with her other projects and life commitments. So we appreciate her for trying to do stuff here and for the stuff that she has done. But Maddie's also going to be leaving at the end of the month. So yeah, we will be doing an activity check for the members at the end of the month too. But I think for the most part, everyone's going to be staying. Well, almost everyone is going to be staying, but it's nothing to worry about because, you know, we just have a little bit silly time. But yeah, that's the main housekeeping stuff for now. But I thought we could also talk about the Twitter. Why is there a hype train?
Because Ash gifted subs.
Hype.
This is Mythrill Monthly. It's not supposed to go this way, but thank you. I do greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all the subs, and I apologize if we don't call them out or talk much to chat because podcast mode, you know. But I love you guys. You're very wonderful and special. Speaking of special things, the Mythrill Twitter has been going off on one. As well as having very cute little build of the weeks that the lovely Lizzie has been setting up for us. We've also been having some character posts, which I have set up. And in the past 2, they come out every Wednesday, and in the past 2, there's been some decoded messages that a lovely Discord has been looking into. Wonder if those have anything to do with current events that have been going on in lore, I wonder.
I do wonder indeed.
I do wonder, but we have more of those to come, so look out next Wednesday, and especially the Wednesday after that, because, you know, things will be getting interesting. We like to do a fun build-up to some special things. Because, I mean, some lore we just can't place in actual episodes, and so secrets. Little secrets. But it's a very fun time. A little callback, honestly, to Arc 1, because we used to do ciphers and hidden imager links and codes, and thank you guys for the almost level 2 hype train. What the fuck? Amazing, wonderful.
Back in the day of Arc 1.
For real, for real. It's been so long since I last have seen my son. I miss my son.
Me too.
Your son?
My son, yes. My son is Toshi, but
my son's my cat.
Him. I know. I mean, my son is also my dog. He's sleeping right now. But yeah, just before we get into it, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing well.
Those are such mediocre responses, guys. Come on, we're trying to entertain people.
Yippee! Yippee!
You asked me how my day was going. I said it was well. That's how it is.
You're such an old lady, Elle. You're such an old, crippling lady.
I know.
I wouldn't take that, Elle. I wouldn't take that.
It's okay. I love you.
It's the truth. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care.
Elle needs to pick up knitting to complete the full metamorphosis into an old lady.
I don't like knitting.
Crochet?
I don't like it. I've crocheted before, but I can't sometimes. My hands are a bit weird.
What's a crossword? Puzzles.
I hate crosswords.
Have you tried Sudoku?
I do like Sudoku sometimes.
We found it!
We got it!
We got him! My dad is so old that he will Google crosswords and then draw them on a piece of paper to fill them out himself.
Why did he just print them?
Well, he got an entire crossword book and I think he completed it.
Oh my god.
I think he was
another one.
He completed it. He's going out of his mind. He was playing Mario Kart by himself yesterday. I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, that's great.
Your dad's just a little silly.
My dad's just a grandpa. He came home last night with his girlfriend and they started trying on hats. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He's like, I bought an Oompa Loompa hat for Oktoberfest, you know, when it's October. And I'm like, dude, it's almost March.
It's February.
Why do you need an Oompa Loompa hat for Oktoberfest and a lederhosen? What are you talking about? I think he might have actually bought those though, because I got a package yesterday that I didn't open, so I think he might be serious.
Oh my god. Of course.
I think he might have been I thought he was pulling my leg. I think he might have been serious. Okay, but enough about that bullshit.
The antics.
Enough about the life antics. Without further ado, I suppose we should get into the little recaps. Starting with Elven Getaway. I can type. There you go.
You're slaying.
Go ahead whenever you'd like, Elle.
Okay. Having been cooped up in her office for quite some time, Artemis decides to pay Katie's restaurant a visit. Having been reminded of their sea elf friend after reading a book in the library, despite the half-elf's unexpected and rather startling appearance at the restaurant, Katie is happy to see her friend, and the two enter a pleasant conversation about how they've both been doing. As she recently visited the Elven ruins, Artemis offers to take Katie to see Humphrey, the Ent again, which the sea elf eagerly accepts. Heading to the Elven ruin, Katie compliments how pretty the place is now after Artemis fixed it up. Rushing over to Humphrey soon after to give him the friendship bracelet she has made, the two start to talk about the new residents they had met. Katie doing a little dance to advertise the potion shop at the mention of Jamie Can Fly, and Artemis mentions how Lilith seems to be not to like Sheba too much. Curious, Katie asks if there's been any more news on Warren or Allura. Artemis revealing that there had been no sight of the puka since they were at the tower, something they're both happy about. As for Warren, Artemis brings up the sudden appearance of cornflowers around the sanctuary and how the flower links to the god. However, they know he didn't place them. Katie suggests that someone might have just wanted to decorate and not know the implication of using cornflowers, and Artemis hopes she's right. They both decide to go on a walk around the ruins, taking in the scenery and enjoying each other's company. Artemis takes opportunity to compliment Katie's new outfit, the sea elf beaming with pride as she explains how she made it herself, only for the sea elf to then go on a rant about how better life is without wearing shoes. After exploring for a while, they decide to return to the sanctuary, both returning to their homes for the day.
Canonical grippers out.
Yeah.
The grippers.
The grippers.
Katie has her grippers out.
How many times we gotta tell Sea Kitty to put the grippers away?
I don't think I did in that at all. Then I was like, okay, but just kind of be careful, but you do what you want.
You know, Katie's in great company with other characters who have their grippers out. Those other characters being Karma and Warren.
Yeah.
Shoes are beneath them. They float everywhere.
Wait, Warren doesn't wear shoes?
Warren doesn't wear shoes. He floats everywhere. He doesn't need to.
No, I've got the ick now.
Okay, literally every Mythrill member has been simping for Warren.
Not me, stay safe though.
All I gotta do is remind them he has his grippers out. Like, Karma does too, but Karma is cute, so like, it's fine.
Karma slays it.
Karma would wear slippers if she was gonna touch the ground. Warren wouldn't.
That's different, Sue.
Exactly. Oh, wait, Sheba has like doggy feet, but he also has his grippers out.
I honestly thought Sheba wore shoes.
I didn't know what to think. I just didn't think about it, and then the art, I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Fuzzy little toe beans. Oh, okay.
Shoes are important.
Are they? Are they really? Well, you know what is important? The next lore catch up, and it's Diam's first time reading. I believe in you.
I'm reading.
You're reading. Yippee! You can go whenever, bestie. Selecting demons.
Okay. After forging some netherite together, Claire exits her home and sees a barrel outside from Jay and Artemis, asking for her assistance in investigating the crystals spreading out from the harbour. Leaving her house with the compass, she heads towards the location, commenting about how there are people with wings within the valley and wondering why. She decides to save those questions for later, and she soon reaches her destination, the harbour's outskirts. Claire walks through a field of crystals that seem to become dense the further she goes in, and sees a non-human figure running away in a panic, telling Claire to hide what she's seen. The werewolf-looking person tells Claire that he is coming, and Claire tries to ask questions when a figure, Warren, appears in the sky. He comments about the werewolf running away from the destruction of their village, and the scared creature attempts to bargain with him, but Warren has no mercy and kills them. As Warren disappears, Claire shouts at the sky enraged, cursing the god out. It's then that Warren appears floating behind her, chastising her for her words before summoning a wave of lightning, instantly killing Claire. Awakening back at her home, as if it had all been a bad dream, Claire feels hazy and shocked, the aftermath of the lightning frying her nerves. Now a ghost, she heads back to the site of the death, buries the werewolf and attempts to find her belongings. After the long and adventurous day, she drops the notepad off for Jay and Artemis, and she heads home for a long-needed rest.
Ooh, death.
Ooh.
Death. Death
We
and
love
destruction.
when a little murder happens. We love when Warren says ah ha ha. Ah ha ha ha.
Imagine seeing Warren and dying.
Imagine seeing Warren
Not
and
me,
he
though,
sees
thankfully.
you. Imagine locking eyes with. Imagine insulting Warren and think that will go well for you. To his face. Imagine that going well for somebody. That stream. It was
Crazy.
very crazy.
It was wild.
It's wild that.
That it is.
You'll never live it down. Warren deserved it. Deserve what? Deserve what?
To be shouted at.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
You tell him.
You tell him.
tell
Warren
him.
deserves a lot of things. No rights. This man gets no rights.
But Warren.
But his grippers
No.
are out, Jam.
Oh, never mind.
I love the instant. Oh, okay.
But when people say they can change Warren, they don't mean his genocidal tendencies. They mean him not wearing shoes.
The first thing I need to fix about him is his lack of shoes.
And then you can go from there. If you can convince
we
him
can
to
go
start
from there.
wearing shoes, you can convince him to stop genocide. I see. They're linked.
It makes sense.
The two characters who have blown shit up in a really big way and murdered don't wear shoes. What is Katie gonna do then? What does this mean for character Katie?
What?
What does this mean for character Katie, guys? Is this foreshadowing?
Is this foreshadowing?
Is this foreshadowing? Are the grippers being out foreshadowing?
Never trust a character with the grippers out.
Never. You can just start like Lizzie, quote it. Okay. Need to stop getting distracted. I'm having too much fun. We'll go into the next one. Reconnect. Can I spell? Connecting with random. I got friends. I love friendship.
Friends.
Friends. I love friends. Okay. My turn. Lilith awakens from a month-long sleep, a normal occurrence for her, one riddled with nightmares and shadows. The Cambion is shocked to find her room covered in dark vines, spreading from every crevice and overtaking the room, having no clue where they came from. Rushing from her home, Lilith checks to ensure the vines have not spread elsewhere, finding no other signs of disturbances even from her hidden basement. Just as the Cambion goes to consult her watchers, chat, she is interrupted by the sudden appearance of a dear friend, Artemis. Having not seen Lilith in a while, Artemis had been eager to speak with her friend, prompting her to pay them a visit. Greeting her warmly, Lilith directs Artemis away from her room and the skulk, though the half-elf had already caught sight of it. Deciding not to bring it up, Artemis instead asks how the Cambion has been doing, learning that Lilith has been very sleepy, having not been to the sanctuary in quite a while. Lilith inquires about it and is given the rundown on the new residents Artemis has met and their displeasure towards the barrier, something both Lilith... me trying to understand what I've written. Something Lilith is very indifferent about. Seeing as Lilith still resides near the harbour, Artemis brings up the mithril crystals scattered around the place, the Cambion noting how she tried to steal a piece of one only to be electrocuted for her efforts. Artemis warns against getting too close to them, despite how tempting it is given the precious metal they're made of, as it likely won't end well. With the crystals in mind, Liv questions if they've made any progress in removing the barrier, Artemis stating that they have some leads but no way of actually removing it as of now. With her house being the only one without crystals broken through it, Lilith exclaims that she must be Warren's favourite, not mentioning how her home is far underground and was likely overlooked for that reason. When Lilith says Warren must love her, Artemis is quick to point out that he doesn't know what love is, being all too aware of his relationship with Karma in the past. But the Cambion insists she can change the god. Not wanting to humour the train of thought anymore, Artemis moves back to talking about the new residents in the sanctuary. Seeing as Artemis had left Lilith alone with Sheba, the half-elf asks how they had gotten along, Lilith commenting that she saw a flea jump off of him and suggesting they put the dog hybrid in a cage. Curious about Isaac's whereabouts, Artemis questions if Lilith has seen him at all, but the Cambion says no and insists that she definitely didn't throw bricks through his windows. What a wild and ridiculous thing to suggest! Not convincing Artemis at all, Lilith switches topics to other people she had met when in the sanctuary a while ago, with Artemis telling Lilith about her letters with Loki and his attempts to get rid of the council in the end. And with the mention of Artemis's fiance, Lilith wonders if they'll be able to return to the End one day to marry him. And Artemis, so him and Artemis can get married. Artemis unsure about her returning to the End, but agreeing to allow Lilith to be her flower girl. Artemis considers if there's any way to bring Loki to the overworld, but seeing as he's the Prince of the End, it wouldn't be easy. Lilith adding that they'd notice he was gone instantly. It makes Artemis feel a bit hopeless, not even thinking about how the barrier would prevent him from passing through the portal anyway, but she tries to hide it from her friend. Hearing of how quiet things have been since she's been asleep, Lilith exclaims that she'll be doing something to liven the place up again, Artemis offering to help if needed as she realizes just how many pranksters she's friends with. With promise to come check on her friend again soon, not wanting Lilith to sleep for another full month, Artemis heads back to the sanctuary. With her friend gone and deep exhaustion seeps back into Lilith's bones, forcing her back to bed as she ponders over their conversations, desperately hoping her nap won't be as long this time. And so, the nightmare continues once more.
So about that visit,
Imagine an AU where Lilith is Loki and Artemis is Flower Girl. Someone write the fanfic! Someone write the happily ever after fanfic where the marriage happens. It's only a matter of time. It can't all be angst. It can't all be angst. Oh, Maple's doing it. Well done.
yeah. So that visit might never have happened. Wonder why.
That's for the December recap. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing bad ever happens on the Mythrill SMP, guys. Nothing bad ever happens.
I've
on the
never heard of
Mythrill
anything bad
SMP.
happening on this SMP.
Exactly. Exactly.
Literally, where's your proof?
I'm realizing that we already went out of order on this, and that's my bad because of how far away the names are on the list.
No, it's literally because of how some things got moved and I just forgot to move them as well.
I just can't read.
No, it's fine with how we're going
also
anyway.
some of the stuff you put down on there I think is out of order.
No, they've moved. That's what I just said. Like the stuff moved already.
Yeah.
And I forgot about one or two of them.
It's fine. It's fine. Would you like to do So It Blooms, Zell?
That's what I was planning
Wonderful.
to do.
Yeah.
So
Let me get the title. Let me get a title.
I know I'm drinking water anyway. Tiredly walking around the community area, Rose spots Cersei and decides to approach her, starting up a conversation leading to a training session. Heading over to Cersei's house, the gassed hybrid guides Rose as they practice archery, impressing Cersei with their progress. Looking to give more advice, Cersei tells Rose to imagine the target as someone they hate, such as Warren, or anyone else. Though Rose doesn't really find this helpful, only stressing the viewer out as they think of the person who causes the most distress in their life. Cersei gets surprisingly protective at this, asking if there's someone she needs to take out, but Rose is quickly to say no. They tell Cersei about their experience with Allura and how they traded their soul to get their wings back. They move on to a more light-hearted things afterwards. Cersei admitting that she hasn't laughed so much before continuing training. They head into the forest looking for a moving target for Rose to shoot. But Rose can't bring themselves to harm any wild pigs since they remind them too much of Cersei's pet. After a long day of archery, Cersei walks Rose back to their house and the two say their goodbyes as Rose promises to keep practicing.
Gibby!
What a cute one.
What a cute little short
Cutesy.
one. What a how adorable. How adorable. What's even more adorable is a Jamie Can Fly stream.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this one was silly.
You can go for it whenever, bestie.
I'm looking at Withering Friendships, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Having entered the sanctuary with intentions of dropping off more stock to their shop, Jimmy is spotted by Rose, the villa taking the opportunity to catch up with his friend. As they talk, Jimmy attempts to hold back their coughing fit, having only been getting sicker and sicker since they last saw Rose. Offering us a distraction by taking the villa to their new home. Once they arrive, Jimmy introduces Rose to their familiar, named Estella, watching as the villa gets excited over the sweet little cat.
Kitty.
As Rose shows Jimmy around their house, he grows curious about the brewing area and how potions are made, prompting Jimmy to give him a lesson on the basics. Rose finds he really enjoys potion making and thanks Jimmy for teaching him. As they continue to talk, Jimmy's cough becomes more persistent, eventually catching Rose's attention and concern. The concern jumps up tenfold as Rose watches Jimmy's appearance almost glitch, their appearance shifting with magic to something the villa didn't recognize. Jimmy dismisses Rose's concerns adamantly, asking Rose not to tell anyone what he'd seen, with Rose only agreeing so long as Jimmy takes care of himself. At Jimmy's insistence, the villa leaves to let them rest, returning to the sanctuary and toiling over how concerned he is for the witch, especially since whatever is happening to them seems to be linked with magic. He can't help but wonder if anything Jimmy has told him before is true, or if it's all just an illusion. Meanwhile, Tee. Meanwhile, Jimmy collapses against their front door, dropping their illusion at last. Taking deep breaths, the witch rants their particles chat about all the stress they're under, how unwell they've been feeling recently, and how terrible things are. Slowly, agonizingly, Jimmy makes her way to their bed. Maybe, just maybe, they could sleep it off. They'll wake up and everything will be fine. Like nothing had ever happened at all. It was a comforting thought as Jimmy tries to sleep. But like most things in their life, it is no more than an illusion.
I was
Oh
so
my
proud of
goodness.
that line. I was so proud of
I
that
love it.
line.
You cooked!
I
I love it.
That was in my brief phase of let's get like this one-liners at the end that are really ominous. And look,
That
there's
was weird. I wonder what
there's
happened.
a
I wonder what
kitty on the
happened.
screen.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god, Estella, my
These
little
are from the
baby.
screenshots. Oh, that's the wrong one. These are from the screenshots that I got when you went to see Lizzie. Kitty!
Oh my god, it's me.
You and the kitty! Kitty running
It's
upstairs into
me.
buildings they should not be in.
Kitty being devious,
Kitty
Kitty.
being devious and wicked. Kitty! You're just gonna have to carry a cage on you at all
Estella
times
is
to pick them
looking
up.
at me though. Estella is looking at me there, knowing
Side
what she did.
eye.
She knows.
Like I was such a. I know. I remember watching you like scramble around the house in that thing. I don't know if that's one of the
It was
catch ups
so
we get to
funny.
do today or not. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I
I
don't.
don't
CG me
remember.
sauce. Your
I don't-
chat's calling me sauce.
I mean, if
Just
the
read
Among
Shoot
Us
it.
suit fits, if the Among Us suit fits,
Oh my god.
if the sussy back.
No.
I'm just thinking about that time we all played what you call it?
No,
What's the name?
I don't know.
And
No.
and there was the Among Us drawn of me.
Oh
With the
yeah.
We should do a Mythrill See, I'd love to do a Mythrill in character Among Us, but I would lose.
fully in character.
Because character J can't fucking lie, so I would instantly lose
I'm
any
winning.
confrontation.
I'm winning.
You'd win. You'd win. I would lose. I would be so bad. Because like I can be misleading, but I can't directly lie, and people will know. They'll know.
Elle, I'm gonna message you something that I was about to say there, but then I realized I can't say it.
Oh. I can.
Oh my
I can know.
goodness.
Me when I get to know.
Oh, me when I'm getting the long ones today. It's okay. I don't mind them. Because we
That's- I
have.
can-
I'm doing it.
It's like.
It's mine.
Sorry, I've just seen what sent.
Here,
That's
I'll
a
send it
crazy-
to you, Jack.
That's a crazy
Aw.
message.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
Warren being the Among Us killer.
Wow, I see how you guys love me. It's fine.
I want to play Among Us with Warren. You think you would team up with me?
No.
He gaslight everybody.
Yeah.
He can gaslight me. That's okay.
Oh,
has his grippers out,
no.
Jamie,
Oh,
can
he's got his
fly.
grippers out. He's got his grippers
We can
out.
fix that.
No, you can't.
I'm sure we could.
I don't think with him you can.
Jam, how dare you for that message in my DMs? How dare you?
I love the difference of like reactions to it.
Oh wait, I remember I had a fun idea. But I can't. I'm not sure if I'm gonna tell you, Jam. But I need to tell Elle about it.
Okay.
What?
Get worried.
I'm scared.
You should be. Anyway, seeing a close friend.
Anyways.
How cute. How lovely. With the journaling done for the day, Artemis heads to the Sanctuary's temple, interested in having a word with Karma, as it's been a long time since they've seen each other. As she enters the main room, Artemis is disheartened as no one seems to be around, only to be surprised by the appearance of Karma behind her, ever the trickster. Having been busy ensuring the protection of the Sanctuary and its Nether Hub, Karma hasn't been around too much, something Artemis comments on sadly. Curious as ever, Karma pushes Artemis to talk about why she's come to see her, learning that the half-elf has been staying in the temple more often than not recently. In truth, Artemis has been around more for a chance to see Karma again, this admission leading to a lot of teasing from the Demon Princess. Wanting to know how the demon has been, Artemis asks Karma such and hears about her recent concerns around the cornflowers, a task she had delegated to Jelly for the time being. They both hope that it's a harmless prank, but with the nature of cornflowers, they have much reason to be suspicious. Karma insists Artemis not worry about it, knowing her and Jay have so much to do already, and that they need to remember to rest. The demon is also getting tired of dragging Jay to bed by her hair, such a stubborn face she is, and warns Artemis that she'll do the same to them too. I realized today that Karma is so mother-coded. Like not even in like a sus way, just in a she just is a mother.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna drag you to bed because you need to take care of yourself. Oh, it's so cute. With the tense situation of the barrier and the coming of the new residents, Artemis is struggling to stay positive with the little progress they've been making. Though Karma assures them that there has been a new development recently. While she doesn't share what this development is, she does tell Artemis to check Jay's office soon. As cryptic as ever, Artemis can see that Karma hasn't changed a bit, the demon claiming that change is a hard thing for immortal creatures such as herself. She simply lived too long. Even still, the movement of mortals is the perfect form of entertainment for her, so long as no harm comes to the Sanctuary in the process. Thinking far back to the moment they went to the Mythrill Temple all that time ago, Artemis asks Karma what exactly happened there. The Demon Princess reveals that the lightning strike would have killed them all had she not sent them away, but in doing so, she took on the brunt of the attack herself. The pain was unimaginable and forced her to return to the demon plane to fully recover, taking the opportunity to convince the Sins to help stop Warren, though the barrier has put a stop to that plan. If Warren succeeds in destroying the valley, he will move on to the whole overworld and then the other realms, making his threat a concern to everyone. Karma doesn't trust how quiet things have been, knowing Warren as a person who doesn't take half measures or pull his punches, coming to the conclusion that something must be preventing him from acting, or he must be waiting for something. Artemis agrees and is eager to do more to help stop him, but Karma insists she's already doing enough by speaking with people like she has been. Their main concerns currently are keeping the Sanctuary safe and preventing any harm from coming to the residents of the valley. With Warren still in mind, they talk of all the people he has taken, thinking how strange it is hearing that Sky is still alive after all this time. She had been the first to be taken, and Karma can't think of why Warren would have kept her around for so long. They wonder if she could have known something that could help them stop the god of creation, deciding that Allura might also be able to help them if they were to find her, but they doubt she would do so willingly. So fitting, Pro Unfortunate Souls is playing right now. With so much worry on the horizon, the thought of death lingers in the back of their minds, something Artemis already knows too well. Karma states that death is not something that can be shaken off easily, for its hold can never be untouched. Think to Artemis and her past experiences. Being tossed into the void between dimensions in one of the most horrific ordeals the demon can think of, by all means, Artemis should not have survived it. However, despite it all, the half-elf stands before her now. It's a miracle, in truth. despite the damage it did to her soul. But Karma compares its fractures to the art of Kinsengiri, a truly beautiful thing, regardless of its damages. With little more to say, but so much on Artemis's mind, the half-elf heads to Jay's office, just as the demon had suggested, finding a letter on the desk. Reading through it, Artemis learns that Claire had completed her investigation, but not with happy results. Despite having completed her mission, Claire is no longer living, having been struck down by Warren during her venture. Remaining as a ghost, something she isn't fond of considering her distaste towards magical creatures, Claire signs off the letter. Artemis is shocked and saddened by this news, making plans to speak with the new ghost as soon as she can. Till then, the half-elf returns to her room in the temple, Karma's reminder to take care of herself ringing in her ears.
Oh my goodness. Teehee.
Oh, what a silly.
Oh, what a
I
silly, what a death flag, honestly.
Yeah,
The
crazy.
entire conversation.
Yeah,
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
we totally didn't know at that point.
Totally, nothing goes wrong on the Mythrill SMP ever.
No.
Nothing goes badly ever anyway.
Oh. I love that. I love Artemis and Karma.
They're very cute. If only they could have spoken more. But speaking of Artemis, and also a Dimmick and Fly, we have crystallization of the heart. You want to go for that, Elle?
Yes, I can do. Okay. Having miraculously gotten some rest for once, Artemis sits upon a bench as she reads about the gods, specifically the god of fate. Having arranged to visit the harbour with Lizzie, Artemis approaches the Hun-Ho after spotting Shroom across the bridge, starting up a conversation as they head over to Lizzie's shop to gather some things before heading off. Lizzie comments that for the end of the world, things seem to be too quiet. It's a sentiment Artemis agrees with. Despite warnings of calms before the storm, but the half-elf is just thankful no one is dying. No one they know, at least. Just as they are about to leave the sanctuary, the pair run into Jamie, who inquires into what they're doing. After learning of their plans to visit the harbour, Jamie asks to tag along, and they happily accept, heading to the docks and sail towards the harbour. They make their way to Artemis's island first, the half-elf telling tales of her time spent living there and the people who had visited her, doing their best to answer any questions at the same time. With all the crystals around and the destroyed buildings, Jamie can't help but feel cold, something Artemis resonates with, as seeing her hard work decimated is very difficult. She can't help but feel empty, especially as she looks upon where her brother's monument once stood. Heading deeper into the harbour, the three explore around before finding themselves near Lilith's home. Artemis immediately noticing how much further the crystals have spread since she was last there. This realization worries Artemis, and the three return to the sanctuary shortly after. Jamie quickly departing as a cough breaks from their throat, leaving Artemis and Lizzie alone once more. Having now experienced what the harbour has to offer, Lizzie can't help but feel uncomfortable, especially after being so close to the crystals. As the night draws closer, the two end their conversation and both head home. Artemis resting at her desk as she recounts the events of the day on paper.
I need to bring something to everyone's attention.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lovely little meme that Ash has made.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
I need to see this.
If I had a nickel for every time Warren killed a Mythrill member, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I love it.
Just,
I wonder who
just
those two were.
appreciate that. Just
That's so great.
I looked at it and I tried to think, has Warren killed anyone else? And then I was like, no, because the other people who have died, I think Karma killed.
Yeah.
By accident,
Like
one of
Arma.
them. One of them was an accident. The other one was very purposeful.
Yeah. If I had a nickel each time Karma killed somebody in the
2
Mythrill.
nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
It happened twice.
Actually, wait. It's okay. It's more than once, but these are Mythrill members, so
Yeah, the Mythrill members.
The Mythrill members is twice.
It's pretty weird that it happened twice as
Pretty
well.
weird it
The
happened
same
twice.
amount as
Third
Warren.
time's the charm, guys. Third
My
time's
God.
the
Is that
charm.
foreshadowing?
Is that foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing?
Is that foreshadowing?
That's not a Mythrill member.
Yeah, exactly. But we're talking about the members here. We're talking about the members.
07 Willow the werewolf.
07, 07. Yeah.
I miss that werewolf.
I
It's
miss
like
that
I can still
werewolf.
hear them.
Oh wait,
That was my best
how
friend.
do they do the voice? Hello? Is that a voice?
There it is.
It's me, Willow!
There's the werewolf.
Oh, please, I'm
I
gonna
miss
die!
them.
That's what Willow sounds like.
That's literally what it was like. I remember being in VC hearing that.
I remember being like, oh, let's go really nasally so you can't tell that it's me about a voice changer. This is the epitome of my voice acting skills. It's like, hello, I'm a little werewolf guy.
You did well.
Hi! Yes,
amazing.
Willow the werewolf. They them pronouns for Willow, guys. Little guy.
Yeah!
Yeah, representation! Yeah!
Rap!
Don't misgender me, I'm dead.
Just because they're dead doesn't mean you can misgender them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I do when people, if people misgender Artemis, I'm like, just because she's dead, guys, doesn't mean you can misgender her.
For real. Okay. Yes, the next one is So We Meet Again. Would you like to do this one, Jam?
I can, yeah. It's a little short one.
It's a little baby one.
Little baby
Just
one.
a baby.
Just a baby. You can go for it. bestie.
Baby. Feeling bored, Lyd decides to try to set up a roller coaster just outside the sanctuary, only to spot Rose below her. Having not talked in a bit, Lyd invites them to help with the build so they can talk, which Rose agrees to. Things get personal as the two talk of their past. Rose sharing that their wings were once taken from them and how they had to sell their soul to get them back. Lyd carefully avoiding to bringing up how her bleh. Lyd carefully avoiding how carefully avoiding bringing up how their family used to collect fairy wings as trophies. Oh wow.
Yep. Fucked up.
In turn, I hadn't read that one before. I would watch the stream, which is why I went, huh? In turn, Lyd shares how upset and confused she is, and over not knowing what she is, having always thought she was human till being chased into the valley, prompting the two to head to the library to look for cute clues. Sadly, the research is fruitless. However, Lyd does take a book on the history of the valley. Rose admits they want to become closer with Lyd, something she awkwardly agrees to before the two part for the day.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yippee!
That shocked me there. I was like, they what?
Yeah, that was like,
Yeah.
I took that from Lyd's notes. I went, yo, I know the character backstory here. Yeah, that's the, I think it's a known thing, but Lyd's character, their parents
Sorry,
were supernatural
fly.
hunters. You're good.
Just
Lyd's
ever so
family
often
was
she had
supernatural
pollen.
hunters, so they hunted
Hmm.
fairies. They probably also hunted witches and just any creature with magic they could find.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatsoever.
they're like the bad side of humanity that still exists in the universe.
The wrong ends.
The wrong ends, because again, like non-magical and magical creatures have only really been interacting for like 100 years. So
Yeah.
some of them are still bitches. Yeah, it goes both ways, kind of, though. Anyway, background lore that doesn't really matter aside. I just like world building, okay, guys?
Me, when are you
Um,
going to be using that world version for a thing?
Have fun, enjoy yourself. And we'll enjoy another Lyd one of About My Past, which will go more into what I just talked about a bit. So, rushing around town as she attempts to return a book to the library, Lyd bumps into a strange dark fairy, becoming a little nervous. This fairy introduces herself as Songli, and together they return Lyd's book to the library, learning that they had both been in the valley for about the same amount of time, with Lyd sharing how she was on the run before getting stuck there. Curious, Songli questions what kind of creature Lyd is, but she has no idea. So far, she's learned to transform from a human to a wolf, but doing so gives Lyd a nasty headache. Even so, Lyd gets the feeling she could do more. She's just too scared to try. They end up in a cave as they continue to talk, Lyd pushing a bit far and learning Songley's family is dead, making her realize that they were killed during the first raid Lyd's father took her on. They'd hung their wings on the walls as trophies. Lyd is horrified at the realization, apologizing profusely, only having realized just how terrible what her family did was after meeting everyone in the valley. Songley, surprisingly, forgives Lyd for what happened. Even still, Lyd isn't quite ready to forgive herself. Once they've left the cave, Lyd gives Songley all the treasure she'd acquired, considering it a further apology to the fairy. Songley suggests they should hang out again, only for Lyd to half-heartedly agree before heading off. Now away from Songley, Lyd looks towards the sanctuary, at this new place she has found herself in. She has seen so much in her short time here, met so many people, so many magical people. Her father would have slaughtered them all on sight. In the past, she might have helped. Not now, however. Lyd attempts to calm herself, whispering that she is not her father, but deep down, she doesn't completely believe it.
Oh my goodness.
Little guy. Little guy got some. Little guy got a dark past and some issues.
I wonder what's going on.
Yeah. Now, Elle, do you think you are able to read this next one?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to take a big gulp of water?
Yeah,
as we
I've
go
got water.
into
Yeah,
your
I've
training.
got water.
Oh,
Good.
Don't worry,
This
guys.
one
I'm
was
so strong.
so fun to write, guys, because okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna flex right now, and this isn't like me shitting on anybody. I had no notes for this, apart from like maybe L's. I don't even
gosh.
remember if we had those. Which isn't
We
bad
did.
at all. Don't worry
I remember
about
writing
it.
my notes up.
But I'm just saying this because I remembered so much, and I'm so proud of myself.
I'm so proud of you.
I remember doing my notes because I focused on those notes particularly.
Yeah.
Because of how long it was. I was like, okay, I got this.
Yeah, but you can go
Okay.
ahead and read that one. Yeah.
Okay. Having been invited to a training session not too long ago, Jamie finishes stocking their shop before heading over, bumping into Katie on the way. As it so happens, Katie had also been invited to the training session, though it had completely slipped her mind. Needing a distraction, especially with all the nightmares she's been having, Katie decides to head to the training area along with Jamie. The two catch up along the way. As they arrive, the duo is greeted by Artemis, who had been setting up the area and the free chat while they wait for the final people to arrive. Meanwhile, Jay awakens, having had a surprisingly restful night, only to panic as she realizes how late she slept. Already running late for the training session, the Fae heads down to Mars's room, intending to check on him and take him out to train. As they make their way out of Jay's home, the two chat about how Mars has been doing since waking up. Finding that he has a strange song stuck in his head. Somehow, Allura is brought into the conversation and Mars reveals how he lost his arm, giving Jay even more reasons to hate the Puka. If she only could give her a piece of her mind. Nevertheless, the two eventually make it to the training grounds, joining up with the others. With everyone gathered, the training can begin, with a quick apology to Artemis for her lateness, and after presenting Mars with his special bow as a gift, Jay runs through the activities they'll be doing. Katie eagerly attacks the training dummy with her staff, though her form is sloppy and her movements too aggressive, so Jay suggests they do some sparring. Handing out wooden swords and shields, Jay challenges Katie to find an opening in Artemis's defense, something the Sea Elf has a difficult time with. After a while, the two switch places, Artemis going easy on Katie, but still finding an opening more often than not, before Jamie has a go against Artemis using their staff. Slightly annoyed over the sparring, Katie decides to do some archery instead, while Jay and Jamie talk about techniques. Having been sitting out observed for the most part, Mars takes a look around the area for a bit before Artemis approaches him. They catch up, having not had the chance since Mars woke up. After everything that happened with Allura, who had stolen Artemis's face, Mars had been very nervous about seeing the half-elf again. Understanding this, Artemis had also been avoiding him. Despite how much she missed her friend, now reunited, they take the chance to talk and share what they've both been up to. As Jay and Jamie talk about the training, Jamie once again brings up their desire to visit Panky's place, below Allura's tower, catching Katie's attention. Both wanting to investigate the area, Jay agrees to go with them to ensure their safety and help Jamie uncover what might have been left behind. The witch believing Panky could have had some dangerous artifacts. In truth, Jamie is interested in finding artifacts to take themselves, needing more power to help keep up their illusions. Katie, on the other hand, is determined to find the source of her nightmares and looking for any remnants left by Allura. As they discuss when they'll be going, Katie suddenly grows frantic, rushing away with barely an explanation and sprinting past Artemis and Mars on her way out. Startled by the sudden departure of their sea elf friend, the group voices their concerns over her disappearance as they watch Katie disappear into the distance, musing that she seems to be heading to the docks beyond the sanctuary. Having not seen Katie since he woke up, and despite them not being on the best terms still, Mars decides to go after her to make sure she's alright. With the training session effectively over, Jamie doubles over in a coughing fit, concerning Artemis and Jay greatly. Uncomfortable with the sudden attention over their sickness, Jamie takes a chance to leave under the guise of getting some rest, rushing back home to sleep. Now alone, Artemis finally shows Jay Allura's journal, which they had found during the investigation into the casino. Along with this, the half-elf shares the news of Claire's demise, sending Jay into a spiral. Finding comfort in the familiarity of water, Katie sits down and attempts to slow her frantic heart, the effects of her nightmare now lingering even whilst awake. Pulling out her ukulele, Katie begins to strum a tune, singing a song she had written when they first came to the sanctuary. Finally catching up to the sea elf, Mars hears her song, the same song that had been stuck in his head since he woke up. Announcing his presence, Mars sits next to Katie on the dock and asks about her song. Learning that she wrote it, it isn't hard to figure out she sung it to him whilst in his coma. They don't say much after that, just basking in each other's presence. As the sun sets before them, Mars tells Katie that he's missed her. Surprisingly enough, Katie admits she missed him too.
Oh
My god, it's the cutie
Oh, they're
pie.
so cute. Oh, I love letter duo.
Mm-hmm.
I
Why
love
are they
letter
so
duo.
adorable?
Because they're precious babies who have trauma.
Do you know what? I only had to drink water once during that, so.
Oh.
But I love
Well,
them
Mars,
too.
you could have corrected me when I first wrote it. Blah, 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 blah. It's fine. It's fine. What's not fine though is I realized something.
Oh.
I was puzzling over how we immediately messed up the order and where Jelly and Karma's stream was, and I just realized there is no write-up for it anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened or how we missed it.
Do you want to know how I can tell you.
Uh-huh.
Jelly didn't get notes.
Jelly. Usually we'd have it on the document anyway, but I don't even have a title for what it was called. So I guess it just completely slipped our minds. So just really quickly, we're going to backtrack for a second, and I'm going to recount this from memory. And it's not going to be perfect, but this is set. I'll say it's time to investigate, which is set before reconnecting with a friend, because that's where it would have gone in the order. But the essential gist of this stream that Jelly did was them waking up in their shop in the sanctuary and stepping outside to see the place covered in cornflowers, which is immediately startling after their experiences in their old home on the Honey's Island, where cornflowers appeared as well as gashes in the earth, which are a clear sign of Warren's magic. Very unsettled by it, Jelly heads to the temple in the islands above, trying to find Jay, but instead they come across Karma. The two talk for a bit, Jelly going on about Karma being their idol and being very excited and nervous to meet the Demon Princess. And after a bit, Karma gives Jelly a mission to investigate the cornflowers littering the sanctuary and figure out who placed them, as it couldn't have been Warren since he can't enter the place. Jelly accepts this mission, and Karma gives them a list of suspects to look into before sending them off to get rid of all of the flowers planted, which Jelly then does, before sitting down back in their shop to debate who to look into first. There's your brief synopsis in the best articulated way that I can put from my memory. There wasn't a lot that happened. I think other additional stuff was them talking about new members. I'm pretty sure sus might have been thrown on Jam.
Is that when I got the sus?
Yeah.
I got sus.
You got your sus. I'm pretty sure your name is in that book of people.
I'm sure it is.
I can list off some people. I think Jam's on there, Sheba's on there, Lid's on there.
I think
Chilzo, Melora.
Yeah.
Potentially others, but none that are super important off the top of my head. So yeah, that is what that stream would have been.
Yeah.
I will probably write up that paragraph that I just spat out, and put it in the public Discord lore catch-up chat with a reply, as a reply to the Reconnecting with a Friend stream, just so people know what order it's supposed to be in. I really hate doing things out of order, so I'm sorry that we missed that one. I'm actually surprised, because we usually try to look into this, but I guess we just overlooked it.
I think we did look into it, but we just never got notes.
You keep like a full record of like every stream that happens, because you handle the plans chat where we put them all down. I never look in there. I try and just take it from the stream thing and just put them down.
I've gone and looked through the whole thing, and it's not there. Jelly never wrote notes.
It's okay. Sometimes I think it's just we didn't realize it, and we didn't ask Jelly about it again. So it's okay. It's fine. We'll go back into what it is supposed to be. How is the order looking? Yeah, I think it's fine. It should be Jam next, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I reading?
You are reading Diamond in the Rough.
Yeah.
Which is both a pun and an Aladdin reference. So
Oh. Okay.
Have fun.
Yeah. Whilst tidying up his new shop, Sheba is approached by someone he has not yet met, Jelly, interested in meeting new people in the sanctuary and finding the person who planted the cornflowers there a while ago. Jelly starts a conversation with Sheba, and the two get to know each other. They quickly find they share a distaste for Lilith, Sheba explaining his less than pleasant first meeting with her, and Jelly shares the cruel prank the other half demon pulled on them. Jelly mentions having learned of Sheba from Karma, confusing him as he hadn't heard of the Demon Princess at all, and Jelly gives a brief explanation of her being the guardian of the sanctuary. As they walk around the town, Sheba explains how he had come to the valley to exchange goods only to get trapped within the barrier, wishing more than anything to return home now. The two end up in the tea house, and Sheba grabs a book on flowers, prompting Jelly to ask if he knew anything about cornflowers, explaining to Sheba their significance in relation to Warren. Learning more about what happened to the harbour and the destruction Warren caused, Sheba gives Jelly his book, hoping no other flowers have such negative connotations, which Jelly greatly appreciates. After buying tea for them both, Jelly tells Sheba a bit about their life in the Demon Plains sloth ring, and and the two bond over not having magic. It quickly becomes apparent to Sheba that despite the impossible situation, Jelly is optimistic over their chances to escape the valley and stop Warren. They believe that God must be afraid of something, that there must be a reason destroying them all is taking so long. They just need to figure out what. With their tea finished, Sheba leaves, smiling fondly at the thought of his newfound friend. He's particularly interested in Jelly's dislike of Lilith, toying with some plans on his way home. Meanwhile, Jelly returns to their shop, noting down their exchange with Sheba in their book and musing over who they should confront next.
Oh my goodness.
we
I
love, we
wonder.
love. Yeah, that was also why I
Yay!
needed to read the Karma and Jelly bit, because that needs context for that
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
But it's so cute. It's so wonderful. It's a little scrumptious one. Little scrumptious. Little scrumptious.
Real. I love it.
I love it. I guess I'll do the next one, because the one after that is an Artemis one. And it's not long like the training one either, so you can rest, Elle. Oh my god.
Yay!
Hello, select and remove the text, bitch. Don't mind me. But yeah, this next one is My Roots. So, after working on her house for a while, Puff heads back to the sanctuary, intending to find Artemis, only to bump into Cersei. After a quick introduction, the two bond over how much they want to leave the valley, not used to being stuck in one place and hating everything they've heard about Warren, both being prepared to fight him if needed. Upon revealing that they used to be a fighter, Puff admits they quite enjoyed their time in the ring, so to say, only for Cersei to start an argument with them. The Gus hybrid calls Puff ignorant and makes some rude and cutting remarks, Puff countering that she's worked hard to find her current stability, and there's a lot more to them than meets the eye, but Cersei doesn't agree. Eventually, Cersei burns out her sudden anger, Puff remarking that she reminds her of their brother. Contemplating her past, Puff states that peace is much more important than fighting, even though battle can be fun in her mind. Though Cersei isn't sure, seeing peace as a luxury, she can't muster up the energy to argue again with such a bubbly and animated person. After showing each other their houses, they part ways and hope to see each other again soon, though it seems unlikely due to their conflicting personalities. Yippee!
Yippee!
Short one. And now we get into everyone's favorite subject of lore, the end.
Yeah.
My jaw has just dropped because I've looked at the one that I have to read after this.
Yeah.
That's long.
If you want, I can take it.
No, I can do it. Don't worry.
Okay, so long as you're sure. You can blame Lizzie for how long it is.
Yeah.
Blame Lizzie.
Lizzie.
Lizzie. This is your fault. Anyway, I'll go ahead with knowledge of the end.
Stumbling across each other by random chance, Arthur requests to speak with Artemis about the valley. As they have many questions about the place, heading to Artemis's place, Arthur shares the research she's been doing on Mythrill, and the two discuss on how it can't naturally be found like many other metals, and it strains resilient. Wait, is it resilience or resemblance? Reliance. That's it. Reliance on items commonly associated with the End realm. Being from the End itself, something Arthur is unaware of, Artemis shares that she's written several books on the End. Prompting Arthur's curiosity, she starts asking Artemis more questions about the End. Artemis explains the difference between the End portal and the Nether portal, the varying creatures that reside within the realm, and even talks about the royal family and their hierarchy system. Artemis also shares that she's a half-elf and half-shulker, which had to be kept a secret when she lived there due to the End's hatred towards the elves after the war. Now knowing Artemis's origins, Arthur feels inclined to share some of her own, telling the half-elf about her academic background and how she came to the valley to learn about the mysterious land. Having lost their protection schedule, Arthur asks what might happen with to someone without one, prompting Artemis to get the witch a new one for her safety. With the sigils in mind, Artemis tells Arthur of the destruction Warren caused to the harbour and how dangerous he is, stressing the importance of staying safe to her. Though Artemis is used to imminent danger, having been a soldier in the End, Arthur puts forward her support and offers to help out, however, help out wherever she can. With that, Arthur heads home, but not before thanking Artemis for being so open with her.
I think everybody needs to do a hydrate.
Yeah.
I am running out of water.
Me too.
Me too.
I love Arthur and Artemis.
I love them. It's so cute. I actually have a question, which I should probably be asking Alfia. But the other day, I happened upon some Winx Club fan fiction that I just decided to read because I was a Winx kid.
You did.
Yes, of course. I was a Winx kid. And I remembered
So
that
was
the
I.
school from that show was called Alfea. Do you think that's where Alfea got her name from?
Maybe.
Do you think
I need to
Alfea is a
know.
Winx kid? Do you think
Hold
Alfea
up.
went
Hold up,
Alfea,
guys.
but different?
Wait,
My
Wait,
DMs are
would you
open
get-
with Arthur from Ominette.
would you get muted if I horribly sing the Winx Club song?
I don't
know.
think so. Honestly, go for it.
Winx are magic now. Winx will show ya how I love that. I love that.
I was a like very like early Winx kid, so I know like enchanted. Enchanted.
One of the bunch. Winx.
Oh,
my
that show had
God.
so much potential, and then after like
Who was your favorite?
oh god, is it basic if I like say blue?
No.
I
love
love Bloom. I love Stella too.
Oh my
I was
God,
a big Musa
guys.
fan.
I have a revelation.
You have a revelation?
Arthur watched it when they were younger.
Alfea is a Winx kid. Alfea is Alfea. I'm pretty sure
It's
Winx
okay.
SMP does exist actually, which is kind of
Yeah.
cute.
The best thing is, I just went, "Were you a Winx Club kid?" And Arthur goes, "Meow." Like this, I don't say hello or hi. I just go, "Were you a Winx Club kid?"
We been you. We've been new.
We've been you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Obviously this next one is quite long. So
Okay. I don't need to hydrate. I need to cough my lungs out for one little minute.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
maybe
I'll be
you
right
should
back.
go get another glass of water whilst you're at it. Oh no. This is all of us have like bad voices today. Because Jam's been doing too much lore and I think is a bit sick.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've had a cough for like last 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, and
that will not
I
leave.
have
I did lore earlier where I did a lot of screaming. So...
No, I had a cold. Well, I have a cold.
Aww.
And then I did 3 straight days of lore over on another server. And that other server requires me to speak like this half of the time and cry a lot and sound very cheery all the time when I'm not cheery.
You need some
Oh my
tea,
God.
bestie. You need some tea and a nap and a voice break. But before your voice actually breaks, you can read Carnation Situation if you're up for it.
I got it.
All right, go ahead. And I'm gonna run into to get some water while you read that.
Okay. Jolting awake from a distressing dream, once again plagued by a mysterious figure, Rose struggles to calm their anxiety. Needing some fresh air, they head outside for a walk, catching sight of a new vibrant pink building within the sanctuary. Curious, Rose goes to investigate, finding Lizzie decorating Shroom's shop. Having not met each other before, Rose introduces themselves to the Hun-Ho, quickly becoming comfortable around Shroom as they speak. Having heard about Rose from Shroom's other friends, Lizzie quickly becomes worried over the Vela's anxious demeanor and tries to comfort them. Not wanting to dump all their trauma on a stranger, Rose is hesitant to open up about their feelings. However, Lizzie's persistence and kindness easily tears down their walls. Sitting down together, Rose tells Lizzie about their bad dreams and missing memories, something they've only hinted at or briefly mentioned to others before. For whatever reason, Rose has always worried people would shun them for talking about it too much, but Lizzie assures them no one would. Even still, Rose feels the need to apologize for venting their troubles, despite the Hun-Ho's continuous attempts of reassurance. Having spilled their guts to the Hun-Ho, Rose insists on leading on learning more about Lizzie. Being rather curious about about Shroom's appearance and shop, Lizzie shares what Shroom remembers about the Aether, the godly realm of floating islands Shroom originated from, and relates to the Vela over missing their memories. Over missing memories. My bad.
Good, you're good.
Though for Lizzie,
You've got
though for Lizzie, Shroom's simply been around too long for everything to be clear. Rose is very interested in Lizzie's life with the gods, not knowing much about them other than Warren, and asks if Shroom had met any with connections to memories. Whilst Lizzie can't quite remember, Shroom does share Shroom's attempts to create a memory potion with the Vela, as Shroom wants to remember why Shroom was banished from the Aether to begin with. Lizzie also promises to let Rose know if Shroom's experiments are successful, which Rose appreciates. They begin talking about the sanctuary in the valley, Rose wondering if Lizzie has any plans for once they hopefully bring down the barrier. Having travelled the overworld for so long, Lizzie has found it quite nice to settle in one place. Despite the dangers the valley holds, it's not like Lizzie has anywhere to go to. Oh, has anything to go back to in the Aether anyway. Surprisingly, Rose resonates with sentiment, since the valley is the only place they've ever known. It was familiar when nothing else was, when their own memories were a mystery to them, and the person they've made friends with are oh, the
Are you
and the
okay? Are you okay? Do you need to breathe?
I lost it. I
It's
lost it. And the friends they've made there are the Velas are all the oh are all the Vela really has. As they
Yay, well
spoke,
done.
I'm almost there.
I believe in you.
got
No, I'm
this.
not.
You're like halfway.
I'm
That's it.
halfway.
Yeah.
You got this.
As they speak of their homes, Lizzie eagerly invites Rose to visit Shroom's place sometime. Rose shares the current living situation with Katie. Despite sharing a house and room with the sea elf, Rose has barely seen Katie since they came to the sanctuary. Their friend always off doing something else when they're around, whilst Lizzie hasn't spoken to Katie's Shroom self since Shroom first came to the sanctuary. Shroom remembers hearing about her from their local witch, offering to inquire about Katie's whereabouts on Rose's behalf sometime. If something It's something Rose is thankful for, though they can't help but worry still. The thought of Katie leads Rose to realize how their strange dreams had started after losing their soul, believing them to be weird dreams at first, but slowly starting to understand they were memories. They compare it to having an incomplete puzzle with most of their pieces missing, wondering if there would be a magical reasoning to it all, though Rose isn't very well versed in the subject. Lizzie, on the other hand, is. The Hun who suggests Rose asks the others who previously lost their souls if they had any strange occurrences with memories or dreams, thinking it will help rule out magical involvement depending on their answer. Seeing as Rose can't find Katie, their relationship with Mars is very rocky, and Panky is dead, their hope for getting answers seems rather slim. Lizzie decides not to pry into their issues with the ever soulless anymore, whilst Rose muses if they might be the problem. They did remember some things, mainly their hatred for humans, and when they first entered the valley after all. Even still, Lizzie is confident they'll figure it out eventually. An attempt to talk about more pleasant things leads to two to speak of Warren, since Lizzie had recently heard he killed Claire and Rose. And Rose had spotted the god once while they were visiting the harbour with Mars. Being from the realm of the gods, Lizzie is eager to try use that to their advantage, even with Shroom's spotty memory, wanting to be useful and find everyone a way out of the valley. This sparks Rose's interest as they question if Lizzie had met Warren before, but Shroom hadn't. However, the Hun-Ho does remember encountering the original god of creation a few times, citing them to have been a far more gentle and kind god than Warren. the two mock second and superior god of creation, and Lizzie mentions how, as far as Shroom knows, no other gods have reincarnations. After having such a lovely day together, having ventured around the sanctuary and gotten tea whilst they were talking, Lizzie and Rose head back to Shroom's shop. The Hun host suggests that they, once the barrier is gone, should move in together and explore the outside world side by side. Before the barrier had been in place, Rose admits they had never thought about leaving the valley. Now, though, they want to. Rose wants to live, make new memories, and see the world. It would be even better doing so with a friend, and Lizzie is more than willing to be that friend. With warmth in their hearts and a hope for the future, the two part ways with a promise to meet again soon.
Aww.
That was long. That was
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, yeah.
All cute stuff.
I love this stream for the main reason that it shows how different two people's perspectives can be by the notes that they have. Because Rose's were really
Yeah.
short and Lizzie's were really long, and they were both really good. Just Lizzie kept like every detail in, because like all this Warren stuff is pretty relevant, and all like the stuff with Rose's memory and thing.
You kind of
Um,
cooked.
It did, and it's just kind of like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot for a like stream that has two people in it, but it's all really relevant. So
Yeah.
If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go get a drink.
No, you
yes,
do
please
that.
do,
Dying.
please do, please do.
I will be right back.
Take your time, take your time. And the bad part of this is the next one Jam gets to read is also.
Oh, what is
I
it?
might take it. I might
Something
take it for them. They have to do to the tower,
Mm,
which is a them stream,
mm.
but
I will say you can if Jam wants to do the one.
we'll see how Jam feels when we get
'cause
there.
I will say if you want to, I can do this next one. Jam can do the one after that, and then you could do the tower if you'd like to.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that to give
Yeah.
Jam a little bit of a break. But speaking of this next one, we can
Oh my
do
god.
Warriors of the Mind. Is that an Epic the Musical reference?
Yeah.
I can't believe you've done this in my Mythrill SMP.
Can you not? I went to Myth, was like, hear me out.
Hear me out, guys.
That's how
Epic
all
the
my
Musical.
ideas. That's how my ideas
Wait a
begin. I'm
second.
like,
Wait
hear
a
me
second.
out.
We can't begin this one yet. We can't begin this one yet. We can't begin this one yet. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Now you can begin this one. I put Just a Man on.
Okay. Stretching out after having fallen asleep on the floor, Artemis recounts their recent conversation with Lizzie, deciding to head to the Hunaho's home and pay Shroom a visit. As they arrive, however, Artemis quickly realizes that Shroom isn't home, instead bumping into Sheba. Having recently settled down not too far from the cherry grove, Sheba offers to show Artemis around his new abode, which the half-elf happily accepts. The pair talk about various things as Sheba shows off his house and the surrounding garden. A hybrid sharing how worried he is about people from his hometown, something Artemis understands quite a bit. Being separated from her fiancé for so long has been very hard for her, despite the rough circumstances surrounding their separation. Shiva muses that she must be dying to get back to him, wondering why her fiancé hasn't left the end to reunite with her. Artemis explains it's not that easy to leave the end, especially for someone of Loki's standing, and Shiba apologizes for his rudeness towards him. Having both spent parts of their lives as warriors, Artemis and Shiba find it easy to understand each other, finding comfort in someone who's been through similar things to them. They speak about the loved ones they've lost, the comrades in arms, and the guilt that comes with living. As they compare experiences and relate to each other's sorrows, Shiba inquires about Artemis's battle prowess, not being familiar how the militia functions within the End. After explaining a bit about the Daemons of the Edge, the End's most elite battle regiment, and her past status of general, Shiba states that she must have had quite the reputation. As Shiba shows Artemis his secret hot springs, he tells her she's a good person. He hopes that she gets a happy ending after all she's been through. Once realizing how late it's gotten, Artemis decides to take her leave, wishing Sheba well as she returns to the sanctuary. As they make their way home, Artemis thinks back on her day with Sheba, happy to have someone to talk about the less appealing parts of her past. They've grown a close bond despite their short time knowing each other, and she's thankful for that. Heading back into her basement, Artemis sets her sights back to researching and determined to find something useful and hopefully not fall asleep this time.
Yeah, Bessie fell asleep on the floor. That's not a great idea.
Not the first time. I love them. I
love how that
love
took you the
all-
entirety of Just a Man to read. I'm so proud of that.
the thing is I can't hear it, so I didn't know how long it was for.
No, yeah, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it worked perfectly. Oh, I was hoping for that. I was hoping for that. We'll wait for Jam to get. Oh, the wait,
Yeah.
there's. Oh
What?
no, just me reading through, because if we do Jam and then me and then you, those are 2 long ones back to back. Which is definitely cute.
Yeah, we got this. I love all the duos. I love every character duo there is.
Actually, what we might do is Jam.
Mm.
Speaking of, there is Jam. I was just talking about the order of things, and to save your throat.
No, it's okay. I'm fine.
The next one you'd have to do is To the Tower, Jam.
That's okay. I like that stream. I'll do that.
Have you
Are
seen
you
how long
sure?
it is?
Don't worry about it. I can do that. It's fine.
Okay.
I got my drink.
Okay, you take
good.
that drink. It's my turn anyway, so don't you worry.
Hiya.
But we're getting close. We've got like 4 or 5 more.
Woo!
Yippee! But this next one is Safe by Your Side. It is a Izzy and Fysuk stream time. Wait, do I have a picture? Do I have a picture for this one? Shit, I didn't turn on me when I'm streaming and don't turn F1 on. There we go. That works. Okay. Okay. Setting out to Mythrill Harbour, Izzy grows more and more excited over the prospect of seeing the only person within the valley she truly cares for, especially after spending the last few weeks apart. It takes a while for the hybrid to find Fysuk, but eventually she spots him on the Broken Amethyst Bridge, making her way up to speak with him. Having been rummaging through the Three Arrows Tavern for anything left behind, Fysuk worries over Warren's plans and the gods' desire to destroy the valley, feeling as though their time is running out. Izzy's appearance quickly helps to calm him down, and the two have a tour around the harbour as they catch up. As they walk around enjoying each other's company, Izzy reminisces on the past, reminded of similar moments they shared together and missing those simple days dearly. She shares a few things she's learned whilst in the valley, how those missing their souls had gotten them back, theories about who broke Fysuk's windows, Jay's worry over the cornflowers in the sanctuary, and they soon find their way back to Fysuk's workshop. Now back at the Warlock's home, Izzy brings up her true reasoning for coming to visit. She wishes to stay with Fysuk instead of returning to the sanctuary. Having spent too much time alone after the events at Moonphase Tower, having missed Izzy desperately since arriving in the valley, Fysuk is eager to accept her request after some consideration. But before he can, however, Fysuk spots Warren lingering behind Izzy, instantly filling him with dread and panic. Fysuk snaps, catching Izzy off guard and startling her, loudly refusing her request and yelling at her to leave. He tells her they can't see each other anymore, telling her once again to go away, causing her to rush off back to the sanctuary. Cursing Warren out, Fysuk heads to a hidden room, compiling materials on an enchanting altar as he sets about putting them together. Meanwhile, Izzy arrives back within the sanctuary, confused and hurt by the person she trusted the most, completely unaware of the danger she had been in moments before. They're so angsty.
Oh my goodness.
They're just
Oh,
angsty little guys.
angsty little fellas.
Angsty little lads. We love when the lovers are fighting. The lovers are fighting.
Yeah. I love when I get to play the most horrid man on earth, Warren.
And I love when Jam drink.
Chug, chug.
Chug, chug, chug.
Chug, 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 chug.
But seriously, take a couple sips of water and a deep breath, because the next one is to the tower.
I could do this.
I believe in you.
got-
I don't
I
know if
love
this
you
is
got
longer
this.
or
So
shorter
much.
than Carnation's
It's
situation.
shorter.
Wow. Wow.
I had
Mhm.
to think how much we got done in that stream.
Oh my god. You go whenever,
You
bestie.
got this.
I believe in you.
As the sun rises within the valley, Jamie awakes with a stretch, immediately beginning to stress over their appearance. With their planned visit to Panky's abode happening that day, the witch worries over how well their illusion magic will hold. Having been keeping the spell active more often than not since arriving in the valley, Jamie's powers have been growing weaker and weaker with their exhaustion, making this trip to Panky's all the more important. After gathering some potions, Jamie heads into the Nether to meet with Jay and Katie. After some light questioning about why Katie ran off last they all spoke, a conversation Katie is eager to avoid, they all head to the portal to the Moonface Tower. Arriving at the tower, Jed leads them into the cavern below where Panky once lived, explaining to them how it was once a beautiful oasis. Stepping inside, all that remains is a bloodied mess of carnivorous vines and lava. Having not been there since she was kidnapped, Jay worries over the danger they might encounter. With some prompting from Jamie and Katie, Jess shares what she knows about Panky and what they were once like. A second.
You're good.
I needed to cough.
It's okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Jess shares what they know about Panky and what they were like, having known them for a while before Allura took their soul. They once had been friends, in fact. However, their relationship did not last long. Growing jealous over Jess' engagement to Sky, Panky decides a love potion from Allura to. Oh, Panky received a love potion from Allura to use on the Fae, using it to kidnap her during the masquerade. Thankfully, with Karma's intervention, the potion's effects were removed from Jay. However, the rejection sent Panky spiraling. With nothing left to lose, the witch gave up what remained of their soul and pledged allegiance to Allura, a loyalty that got them killed. With Panky's tale shared and proper insight given on the relationship with Jay, the three agree to explore the cavern, Jamie giving out potions to protect their friends from harm. Katie heads to the library to look through books whilst Jess searches for an entrance to the summoning room Panky had once showed her. Finding a crude tunnel down and the room overgrown with overworld vines. Searching the room, Jess finds a crystallized heart on the ground, making it out of the room for further investigation. Meanwhile, with the others distracted, Jamie drinks a fire-resistant potion and begins to investigate within the lava, discovering a hidden area behind a flowing wall of magma. Most of the room is filled with unorganized chests and junk. However, sat upon a table in the center sits a beautiful necklace with a shining white gem at its center. Intrigued, Jamie takes the necklace and goes back to meet up with the others, carefully hiding it within their pockets. Having found nothing with the library, I just realized something that I want to talk about once I finish this
okay,
recap.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going.
Having nothing within the library, Katie spots Jen lingering outside the cells. Noticing her discomfort, Katie offers to investigate the area for her, quickly regretting her decision as the prison is filled with hundreds of blood vines. Thankful Katie makes it out, a new book in hand, just as Jamie returns to the group. Heading up to the library, the three sit and read what Katie found, finding it to be a collection of notes on different magical artifacts Panky had owned. The book provides information on Katie's staff, which she'd taken after Panky had died, which draws the Sea Elf's curiosity as they learn it can change appearance to better match its wielder. Reading on, they find many of the relics written about were also destroyed, something Jamie is especially sad about. They do learn the nature of the crystal heart Jay had found, it being able to replace a person's heart in medical procedures, and the Fae immediately having an idea of what to use it for. Along with those entries, Jamie found one on the necklace they found, whilst not giving much information on what the necklace can do, other than it being magical and changing colour. It did describe the disturbing consequences of losing a soul, Still hoping the necklace might be able to fix their problems. Oh, to fix their magic problems, Jamie chooses not to tell their friends about it all. At the very least, it will make a pretty accessory. As they continue to read through the book, they learn more about what Panky was like and their life before coming to the valley, painting the picture of an extremely heartbroken person. As they reach the last page, Jay is interested to find notes on the eternal rose within the book pages, sharing with the others that it is indeed the flower that Mars possesses. Interestingly enough, they learn the flower was created by the original god of creation, Warren's predecessor, Lorraine. I said that right, didn't I?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Lorraine, Lauren, either one.
Okay. With nothing left to investigate, the three return to the sanctuary. Jamie is quick to head home from their adventure, growing weary and eager to hide the necklace away, bidding farewell to their friends before running off. Staring out towards the sanctuary, Katie and Jay have a heart-to-heart, both having had bad experiences at the tower in the past. Whilst Katie is brushing off Jay's concern, she listens as Jay laments the loss of Panky, even after all the terrible things they did. Despite the love potion no longer affecting the Fae, she can't help but still care for the witch in some way. Can't help but mourn their death. Perhaps she simply cares too much, she muses. A funny problem for a Fae to have. They're meant to be cruel and uncaring creatures. They're not naturally kind, but Jay tries. With that, Jay returns to her office, but not before ushering Katie off to bed, even with her desire to return to the tower alone, having been hesitant to leave in the first place. Katie heads home with the intention to visit again sometime soon.
Oh my god.
Yippee!
Woo!
I love that stream so much. What was the thing, Sam? What was your sudden realization?
So we write that Jimmy takes the necklace and goes to meet up with the others, carefully hiding it within their pockets. Character Jamie doesn't have any pockets in their outfit.
Look, okay, how do we justify
How do you hide it?
inventory? Do you want me to say you slipped it down your bra? Like, I don't know, dude.
Shoved it in between her boobs, yeah.
I mean, you could use your imagination. I'm gonna pretend the inventory is like a pocket or just a bag that people carry around with them.
It's not like unwillingness.
It's the hammer space that all the D&D characters keep their shit in that you doesn't physically manifest. It's just...
It just made me giggle.
Mythrill SMP, more like Insomnia SMP. Oh, so true, so true, so true. See, I was going to say something. Oh yeah, I remembered what I was going to say. There might have been some developments in the back-end planning, and there's now a second reason why the love potion doesn't affect Jay anymore.
Oh.
There's now a second reason, which I guess I got the idea from my stream with my stream with Rose, and by that I mean the Allura stream with Rose, because they talked about some interesting things regarding wings. Now I wonder what wings are used for. That we know that Allura used her own for.
Where is it?
And I wonder what Allura said in that stream, in particular in regards to her own wings. That we know might have been used. That is different between Allura's wings and Rose's. That's all I'm gonna say. People can theorize on that. One day will probably be revealed in behind the scenes stuff.
Maybe.
I love that stream so much though.
That
was such a good stream.
I'm having too much fun playing Allura right now, but I love the To the Tower stream because it's so cute. It's Damn and Katie time. It's Damn and Katie time because I love it.
Between like the silly blooper we had, the first
Oh
time
my
I ever
God.
put character on Mythrill with the I said to myself, I'm never gonna break character on this server. But the Ginger thing and the Solus thing got me. It was Katie just going, Ginger and Solus, pick a struggle. And I just I lost it.
The fact that I just didn't hear that at all, and therefore was just in character confused at both of you breaking down in front of me. Like, I was actually so confused what was happening because I did not hear the comment. I put two and two together like 5 minutes later and was like,
It was so funny.
That's like every now and then I will say some like really out of it's not out of character, but it's really off the cuff shit. More so to make the people around me break. Like when I did the
Yeah.
a stream that we're not covering today, but when I said, "Wow, this is a worse breakup than yours, Artemis."
Yeah, that. Oh,
Or I did my stream with Bean recently. My stream with Bean
Yeah.
recently, I had a similar moment. I don't remember what I said. I said something unhinged.
yeah.
I've broke character twice. The first
Oh.
time was at the To the Tower stream over the ginger comment, and the second time was, yeah, I don't know if you remember this. We were doing the stream after you know what happened, and I bopped
Yeah.
my knee off my desk
Oh
IRL,
yeah,
and
I remember hearing that. I heard it.
and you were like, "Are you all right, Jimmy?" And I was like, "Yeah,
We played. I was like,
yeah."
"Oh, you hit your knee on the table in Minecraft."
We played it so well as well.
Yeah. They add more to the character. They add more to the character. Sure,
Oh, it
sure,
was silly.
sure. Speaking of lovable characters, the next stream
Yeah.
is this is home. That if you're alright reading that, Artemis, since I think you are in this one. Are you? Yes, you're mentioned at
Yeah,
least.
I am.
Yeah.
This is the last stream between Artemis and Lizzie.
Oh my goodness. Last before. What do you mean last, Elpond Fairy?
We don't do law
What do you
after
mean by
this.
that?
What do
Me
you
and
mean
Lizzie
last?
don't.
The SMP end?
Me and
What?
no, I said me
What?
and Lizzie don't do law after this.
No, I know I'm memeing because people don't know. Well, theoretically,
Me and Lizzie
if people only
really
watch the
dislike
Mythrill
each other now.
Monthlies,
The
imagine if
Mythrill
there's
Monthly listeners don't know.
imagine if there's just a person whose only experience of the SMP is Mythrill Monthly.
That's
It's
gonna
like
be
a crazy experience.
That must be
That's
a
wild, isn't
wild
it?
time. Anyway, you
Okay.
can go for it whenever, Bessie.
Sat within Shroom's shop, Lizzie grapples with the weight of the world as Shroom wishes for a moment of peace. A second where Shroom can forget it all, if only for a moment. Such a moment cannot come. However, and though Lizzie is used to forgetting by now, Shroom needs to remember. Being a being from the godly plane, there must be something Lizzie knows that can help the people of the valley. Something that could make Shroom useful to the friends Shroom had made. But being in the overworld for hundreds of thousands of years takes its toll. Memories becoming blurry and jumbled with time. But perhaps they don't need to stay that way. Being a skilled potion maker, as most Hun-Hos are, Lizzie hopes to create a potion that will bring forth Shroom's long-lost memories. Creating a potion that does not exist is not a simple task, however. So despite Lizzie's best effort, Shroom made little progress. Needing a break from Shroom's work, Lizzie plans to deliver a present to Artemis. An assortment of trinkets meant to thank the half-elf for her kindness and friendship. After gathering everything, Lizzie heads to Artemis's new home, a small building settled near the main nether portal of the sanctuary. Ringing the bell and being greeted by the stoic face of Artemis. After handing off Shroom's gift, the two head downstairs in the sitting room, Artemis citing as it being a warmer part of the house, and they take the opportunity to catch up and talk. Artemis tells Lizzie about the recent training she helped run, and about some of the other residents she recently interacted with, catching Lizzie's curiosity at the mention of someone else having an interest in learning of the end. Artemis also shares her recent investigation into elven writings and magic, telling Lizzie about the basic, and recalling. Hold on, I've just lost my place. Give me a second.
You're good.
Telling Lizzie about the basic, the shroom with the tales about the ruins Artemis had discovered around the valley. With all this task of her origins and culture, Artemis can't help but remember the unsavory events that led her to the valley. Despite them, however, she is more than happy to have found her way there and met all the friends she has. It's something Lizzie can relate to. Whilst memories of the Aether are vague, Shroom could never forget how poorly the other Hun-Ho treated Shroom. How that treatment led to Shroom's own banishment. Even if Lizzie could return home at this point, Shroom doesn't think Shroom would. Finding the valley more of a home now than the Aether ever was. It's something Artemis can relate to. Though she longs to see her fiancé once more, the end wasn't that great of a place, even before her banishment. The two bond over their similar situations, and Lizzie muses about moving closer together with some of the other residents of the sanctuary, and becoming a little happy family. It's a cute idea, but Artemis can't forget the possibility of everyone leaving once the barrier is gone. If they manage to survive, to beat the impossible odds and defeat Warren, who's to say anyone would stay? The valley was once beautiful and flourishing, a place where everyone was accepted no matter what or who they were. But now it's marred by tragic memories. So many people have suffered there. So many people have been lost. It would be naive to think that they'd all stay together when given the opportunity to explore the world. Even Artemis herself has ideas of finding the elven side of her family within the overworld, though she doesn't voice these ideas to her friend. As the conversation naturally moves on, Artemis casually brings up Claire's death, taking Lizzie completely off guard. Lizzie is a bit annoyed after realising this had happened before they visited the harbour, something Artemis had completely avoided bringing up despite their assurance no one had died at the time. The half-elf apologises, saying no one within the sanctuary had been killed, and that she was confident during the trip that she'd be able to protect her friends. She just hadn't thought that it was relevant to the bring-up at the time. Lizzie argues that of course it would be relevant. A god killing people isn't a common thing in Shroom's mind, but the two soon calm down from the heated moment. Despite not knowing Claire and having the feeling she would not like Shroom, Lizzie is saddened to hear that she's now a ghost, but admits to being rather unfamiliar with death as a concept. Shroom knows it's a thing, there's a god of death after all, but Hunho are immortal creatures, and the Aether is a world of peace. Even with Shroom's poor treatment, the gods were always so kind to Shroom, and the islands were filled with celebration. There is no death there. The worst Shroom has heard is people going missing for a time, but death is unfamiliar. Artemis does their best to educate the Hunho on the matter, having plenty of experience after dying once herself, but it's a struggle to describe the permanence of death whilst a ghost haunts the sanctuary's borders. Curious over Artemis' experience with death, Lizzie questions the details of their banishment and how they died from it. Artemis retells how she was through dimensions and trapped between them. The process fractured the half-elves' memories, causing them to die. However, they somehow made it to the overworld and regained life, something Artemis has always attributed to her elven heritage. With the dark topic at hand, Lizzie voices how thankful Shroom is that Artemis is alive, and that they got to meet, not knowing what Shroom would do without such a dear friend around. With the mood growing quite sappy, Artemis takes opportunity to thank Lizzie properly for the Shroom's gift. Lizzie speaks about how Shroom had no one before coming to the valley, how they travelled aimlessly around the world, not knowing what to do or why Shroom was sent there. Now, even those questions are still unanswered, Lizzie has found somewhere Shroom belong. Shroom is treated fair, unlike Shroom was in the Aether, and despite not intending to come to the valley at all, Lizzie is happy Shroom ended up there. Lizzie finally has a life that's more than business transactions, a life not running from continent to continent, but both community and family. And Lizzie couldn't be more happy. And there we go. Little cutie pies.
Yay!
I love those two.
You did oh so well.
Gee. Oh,
I did have the sudden
lovely.
realization during that that there has actually been 3 confirmed
Yeah,
Warren kills of
Yeah.
of members, and the third one is Panky.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I forgot.
I saw that
I
as
forgot.
you.
I literally ran into the pub. It's gonna be like, we forgot Panky. Fuck. But it was Panky, Claire, Artemis.
My
You have
God.
3 nickels now.
You just got a bit richer.
Be a bit richer.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened 3 times.
Weird that it happened 3 times. Maybe the 2 coins is
Wild,
foreshadowing, though. Who knows?
Is that foreshadowing?
Is that foreshadowing? Anything can
Is
be
that-
foreshadowing.
If you want it to be.
If Skylar can have a dream at the beginning of Arc 1 about a moon-faced tower and it ends up being the final location in the end of Arc 2, anything can be foreshadowing.
Yeah, I think at this rate.
And I'm not even shitting you, that is where the idea came from.
I remember.
I remember losing my
Did
mind.
that actually happen?
No,
Yeah.
Skylar had a
Yeah.
dream about Mythrill where like they were on the SMP with me and there was a moon phase tower. And I went, I'm stealing that, and I stole it for the
Yeah.
end of Arc 2.
Insane.
And that was back in Arc 1, and I actually held onto it and I was like, this will be the final location of Arc 2. Because it's so Allura coded.
That's insane.
I take inspiration from a lot of places. You should see all the Sonic inspiration I've used.
Sonic inspiration.
I'm
We
not
love the
kidding.
Sonic
There's
No,
at
there's so
at the
much.
Mythrill Temple. There's a prayer in a book that you can read, and it is based off of the Chaos Emerald prayer from Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
It is based off of
There's-
that.
There are so many references in that. I mean,
And the thing is, I probably don't remember half of them. I know the Constellation book has a bunch in them.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
The fact that all my lore is basically a glorified Among
Oh my God, stop.
But I love it. I love it so
I feel
much.
though, Arthas and Polo are kind of just Genshin references.
They basically are, and I think that's cute.
When I didn't even mean to, but they are.
Anyway, getting into the next one, we've got Searching for Spores, which is a little beanie stream.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
Beanie. I love Beanie so much.
Me too.
And there's also me, but that's less important.
No, you're just as important.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway,
This is
speaking of the devil, after Allura destroyed their mechanical heart, why does it say complaining? I shouldn't say complaining. It's supposed to say contraption. How the fuck did that happen?
Autocorrect probably.
Couldn't tell you.
I'm not even going to fuck with that. Anyway, after Allura destroyed their mechanical heart contraption and uncovered Warren's hidden research room, Bean set to work attempting to reconstruct the heart from what little rubble was left behind, forming it into several small golem-like creatures around her workshop. Months spent hyper-focused on this endeavor, willingly trapped within their underground workshop, Bean had grown negligent to the mail accumulating within her postbox. The author of these letters, Jay, quickly becomes worried over her inventive friend's lack of response. However, it isn't until things have finally settled down within the sanctuary that she manages to make the long trip to look for the hybrid inventor herself. Worriedly running around the island, Jay is overwhelmingly thankful when she runs into Bean, who had left their cabin for the first time in over a month. Lightly berating the fawn hybrid for worrying her so much, the two walk over to Bean's mailbox to show him the letters, Bean becoming more worried and confused as they read through them. Jay takes the time to explain what's been happening, the harbour being destroyed, Warren wanting to kill them all, and the new protective area of the sanctuary, as the two head back to Bean's workshop. The mention of Warren sparks Bean's interest, taking Jay to see the room they had uncovered and telling them all about their mechanical heart and how Allura blew it up after taking some unknown information from it. Intrigued, Jay reads Warren's notes and learns more about Bean's Mushroom Island, now overcome with lush grass and blossoming cows after the heart's removal, and his eventual abandonment of the project. With the notion of Allura potentially knowing something that could help against Warren, Jay makes a mental note to track down Fizuk, as he is the only person to have seen the puka since the tower. Worried over the state of their shop within the harbour, Jay takes Bean through the Nether to visit the ruins, quickly leaving after Bean salvages what she can. They then head to the sanctuary, and Jay gives Bean a proper tour of the place, cheering the event up after the destruction of their shop by showing them a new one, which Bean is eager to get set up in. With Jay's worries at ease, and so much to catch up on, the two chat about all the new residents within the sanctuary and what's recently been going on. After a while, Bean decides to head home, but not before Jay hands him a protection sigil for their island. With the form hybrid now gone, Jay sets to work brainstorming a way to find Allura, taking an interest in the movements of a certain pink fox hybrid. And I want to say how difficult that is to read with Hell of a Ride by Bo Burnham playing in your ear.
We've had a hell of
It's the rap part, so I'm just like, oh, okay. But this last one that we have for today, we're finally there, guys, is a jam
We're
one.
on the
And it's
last
short,
one.
and it's Secrets and Lies. And I'm skipping Bo Burnham. I'm so sorry.
It's a Artemis and
My
Oh my
God.
god!
I
I
love
love
my
them!
God.
Oh my god.
I love
No,
Marsarcy.
I love them
I
so
love
much.
I love
them.
them. I'm
Yippee!
gonna start crying. This room is sad.
It was pretty wild.
It
But no.
was a wild ride, wasn't it, Jet? Wasn't it, Elle?
Mhm.
Read the anticipation.
After awakening from their slumber, Jimmy is quick to start work on their potions, rambling on and on about their previous outing to the moon phase tower with Jay and Katie. Jimmy's musings are cut short, however, as they hear a knock at their door. Despite the interruption, Jimmy welcomes the visitor in, finding the person to be Artemis, making them curious as to why they've been graced with such an unexpected visit. As it so happens, Artemis was in need of a few of Jimmy's potions, which the witch happily provides for their friend. Having come all this way to the sanctuary, from the sanctuary, Jimmy invites Artemis to stay and chat. The two quickly getting to the topic of the moon phase tower. Jimmy is careful to avoid mentioning how they stole the necklace they found, instead focusing on other aspects of their outings, such as Katie's staff. Despite their studies, Jimmy is shocked to learn that elves are capable of magic. The half elf herself having quite the natural talent for it and wants Huh?
Where are you, properly?
Have I missed a line or something?
Da, da, da.
So despite their studies, Jimmy is shocked to learn that the elves are capable of magic. The
Yeah.
half elf
Having
herself having quite
quite
the natural talent.
for it. And what's
Oh, we're talking about Artemis. Okay, I was
Yeah.
confused.
yeah.
Having quite the natural talent for it and wants to help Katie learn to harness their own. However, being so unfamiliar with elves and sea elves especially, Jimmy has no means to really aid their friend. Regardless, Artemis offers to show Jimmy her books on elves and their culture, the two heading to Artemis's house at the sanctuary to read them. Entering Artemis's basement, the two get to work reading through her collection of books pertaining to elves, Jimmy being amazed at what they learn, but quickly growing tired the more they read. As their fatigue persists, so does the sick feeling within their stomach, leading the witch to have a coughing fit, something that is becoming more and more hard to hide. Artemis helps as best she can, and the two share a moment of comfort with each other, and Artemis expressing how worried she is for Jimmy, telling the witch how much they care about them. Despite the sickness, Jimmy leaves the sanctuary with a new sense of warmth, glad to have someone who cares for them within the god-forsaken valley.
My God, that's kind of wild.
Aww.
Oh my God.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
It's okay, Jamie. It's okay.
It's okay.
Sillies.
My silly guys.
It's okay. You got a different silly now.
Does that make it better?
Yeah.
Aw. But that is all of the lore streams for November. Wow, that was like 23 fucking streams.
That was crazy.
And we made it there in just under 2 hours.
Look at us go.
Yay!
Everyone did great.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
did
God.
wonderful.
I want to let you know
Yeah.
that whilst Jam was reading that last one, I took a sip of water and didn't swallow properly, so I also had a coughing fit. We're doing great today. How many lore streams in Arc 3 so far? I think last I counted, including the ones which are scheduled but haven't yet released, we have about 95.
Yeah.
So crazy.
And this is the crazy part, Jam. We had 81 total in Arc 2, And we're only in
I
the
don't-
second act of Arc 3.
We were talking about this. We
We
were
were,
talking about
we
this the other day,
were.
weren't we? It's
Yeah.
just insane.
Like, we're coming to the end of Act 2, sure, but that's still a whole third act. We're
But
gonna get into the
still,
What happens
hundreds.
next?
And then
Yeah.
and then it's just thinking
Second.
like the amount we have in total. Wait, oh my god,
There's,
how many
like-
do we have in total? Arc 1 and Arc 2 make over 100.
Yeah, like there's 80 and 30, I think-ish. That's like 110.
No, it's
We've
around
got-
like 21 in Arc
No,
1.
I think if we're counting like the extra ones between
Oh
Arc
yeah,
1 and 2.
if we're
that's
counting the
30.
Arc 0, that's 30. Yeah.
Yeah, and the in between there's like 30, so that's like 110. We have like, would you say 91? Then that's like
We have like
200
90. We have 95. So that's
yeah,
like basically
205.
we almost have
roughly now.
200 lore streams in total for the whole SMP. Oh my god, I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
You're gonna have your aneurysm.
You're gonna have an aneurysm.
Okay,
Anyway,
no,
Mars
let's not
jump
get-
scare.
Yeah.
He's on screen now. I want everyone to know that Mars has been playing. There he is. Mars has been playing Infinite Craft in the same VC as us this whole time. Mars has been playing.
Mhm.
Why can I hear myself twice?
Have you got it unmuted?
No.
Apologies about that. I got
Oh.
a phone call. Sorry.
No, I
Okay.
can't hear it twice.
It was
Jay.
for like a split second I could hear myself. I don't
Oh,
know.
I
how
don't
that
know.
happened.
What's up?
I heard myself for a second. It's okay. It's
Like-
oh no, I think it's because Mars has the stream open and is sharing screen.
Oh my
I
god,
can't hear
Mars
it.
is playing Infinite Craft.
Mars has
again.
been playing Infinite Craft this whole time.
There
Just in the background.
Yippee.
Oh,
Loch Ness Monster,
it's like
go
a
to
baby
Mars.
sensory video. You have a fun question. What is the this is chat time. Chat. Let's
Yeah.
talk about stuff. Any questions? You get acknowledged for once. Chat says hi to Mars, as they should. A little fly on the wall. The little fox.
Cyber Cthulhu. Sorry, I'm seeing what Mars is creating right now.
Is it Batman again?
No, it's Cyber Cthulhu.
Oh, Cyber Cthulhu, hey.
Cthulhu.
Each Mythrill character tastes like if they
Oh my
had
God!
unique tastes.
Stop.
Jet.
Yeah.
I just got Cthulhu Kardashian.
Yeah.
What?
I was about to say, I mean, that's what's Mars just created.
I'm
I just-
sorry. Wait, I'm popping that out. We're showing that to stream. Cthulhu Kardashian. I can't zoom in more than that, but it says
This
it
is-
there.
Insane.
Oh no. You know, we'll just have a very tiny Infinite Craft in the background. Wait, yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't zoom this in anymore, I don't think.
Each Mythrill character tastes like if they're unique tastes. Like if you bit them, don't make this weird.
Um.
I don't know.
I don't think about. I
don't-
don't ever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Sheba would just taste like dog food.
Oh.
Wet dog.
No.
I don't know why, Jam. You just give me cotton candy vibe, but I think that's just the hair.
Yeah.
I give you what vibe?
Cotton candy.
Yeah, I see that.
You give me cotton candy. Lizzie is definitely cherries.
I was going to say the same thing. Artemis just tastes like death. Death. This is a choke on food myself.
Oh no!
I would taste on pure magic. Mythrill Jimmy just tastes like pure magic, and that's because
Oh no! Yeah.
illusions.
Illusions.
I mean, what? That'd be so crazy.
Well, that's so wild. That's so wild. I don't know what character Jay would taste like. Probably. I mean, if magic's an option, probably also magic. I don't even know what magic would taste like. Just someone do like, cookie fan art of all of the Mythrill characters, like from the Cookie game. I forget what it's
Cookie
called.
Run.
Cookie Kingdom.
Cookie Kingdom.
Cookie
Yeah,
Run?
that.
It's one of those.
Cookie, good do cookie, and then just make us all cookies, and then that would be
Yeah.
so cute. Write it down,
Please.
write it down. Oh my god! That was a trip. That was a trip. I
That
thoroughly
was so
enjoyed that.
fun.
It's very cute. We all died.
We did.
We did, but we survived.
We survived.
Mhm.
Unlike Artemis. Anyway,
She's technically not dead yet with
she's
these
not dead.
character.
She's not dead yet.
Not
Yeah,
ne-
yeah.
That's next month, guys.
You're guessing
That's
character
next
Katie would taste like seafood. Yeah, character Katie would taste like the sushi that she eats. I think that just makes the most sense.
Makes sense.
Mm.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
did you just say character Katie eats fish?
Yeah. It's not
Mhm.
cannibalism because she's
Oh.
not a fish.
We just joked that.
Okay.
I mean, mermaids and sirens probably also eat fish, but they're like apex predators of the ocean. Sea elves just kind of live down there and can breathe down there, but they're not fish. We just call Katie a fish.
They kind of slay.
She smells like fish. Her grippers smell like fish.
That's why she needs to put the grippers away.
Yeah, exactly. They smell like fish.
Character Katie, can we not invest in a pair of like sandals?
I think Charlie would
Like,
be a
I-
health hazard and burn you. Character Charlie would taste
Yeah.
like the hottest hot sauce in the world.
Charlie is just like the hottest like chili. That's what Charlie tastes like. She bit.
Or like if
Ghost
you spit
pepper.
fire.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Been a wild ride. This like
It
I know
has.
why.
I
if,
come
like,
over
November
kinda
was
sleepy.
crazy.
Come over
that's so
kind
real.
of sleepy times.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Trying to think, is there anything else that we should Jam, special guest, plug something.
My Twitch! Can I plug my Twitch?
Of course you can plug your Twitch. I'm gonna do
Interesting
you a
chat.
shout out right now.
Yay!
It's free wise, isn't it?
Yeah, on Twitch.
Yay, there we
because
go.
Somebody took
Everybody
the
should-
2 Ys.
Everybody should follow Jamie Can Fly. Jamie does a lot of really fun lore stuff. If you enjoy lore, Jamie's on other lore SMPs and then Mythrill that have been doing a
Mhm.
lot of stuff recently. That is very fun and interesting to check out.
And if
Jamie
you want to
also-
catch up with that stuff, you can check my YouTube.
yeah,
I
You should do
uploaded
that.
YouTube.
yeah, you can check
Hi,
Jam's
yeah.
YouTube and
What happened?
yeah. I can hear Mars typing on the thing. I need to there we go. Okay.
What happened to Chosa? Are they an NPC now? Chris is back to like
Okay.
normal member.
Let's
'Cause he
address this
was-
quickly. So,
Mm.
as we all know, the joys of being a student at university, you have to deal with shitty Wi-Fi. And what that sometimes means is restrictions, and for whatever reason, Chris Chilzo was not able to log on to the Mythrill SMP whilst at university, which is his primary living location right now. Thankfully, since around Christmas, he found a workaround, which now, more often than not, allows him to come on the server. So the initial plan was for him to be an NPC, that we would learn about through a different character's story arc. However, now that he's able to play, he's going to be returning to lore properly. And actually, I will let you guys in on a fun little thing. There is going to be a Chris Chilzo lore stream with 2 other members, on the 6th of March. So you can look forward to that for Chris's reintroduction into the series. We're working very hard to give him some stuff to do.
The people love Chris Chosa.
Considering he's had to start so late in, we're giving him some actual tangible stuff to do, so you'll still get an interesting, fun perspective despite him having to start late. But we love Chris Chilzo much too. Good.
He's great. He's lovely. We love him.
We love him. But yeah, Chris was an NPC, no longer an NPC. He's coming back into things very, very soon, and we're very excited to have him properly get to play on the server again. He's already started work on his own little base. It's unfinished, but it's lovely. The people love Chris Chilzo. The people love
Chris Chosa.
They
You
do.
should
They
see
do.
the
They do.
VCs.
I'm the people.
Where we name.
Oh, for real. What? I'm doing great. There's a lot of fun lore that we are coming up on right now or like in the next coming weeks. Not just Chris's, but there is some fun lore happening on the 29th of February, as well as next Friday, the 6th, and then there's also a thing for the 8th. So we have a lot of stuff planned. Going into March, we are also finally approaching our party event. There is no date for it, but we're going to be getting that by the end of next week. So
Yeah.
expect announcements for that soon, because we do love our big server events. We don't do them super often because scheduling can be a bitch, but we're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm
party
looking
event.
forward to it.
What I will say of this is the events, I like to do events to mark the start of arcs. So we had the tour event to mark the start of season 3. The confrontation was the event to mark the end of Act 1. And the party marks the end of Act 2 and the beginning of Act 3 of the server. So things are getting along.
Arc free.
I know. Act 3 of Arc 3. It's gonna be wonderful. We have a lot of things planned and in the works. It's gonna be a hell of a ride. But
you thought you were riding to heaven.
I'm a fucking lied. Nothing bad ever happens on Mythrill SMP, guys. Nothing bad would ever happen. I'll give some cute notes. We recently more or less completed the party area. We're adding some final decorations to it, but it's a far cry from what it's previously been seen as, even in the most recent tour that I did, when it was like half done. Oh, Mars apparently just finished. Yippee!
Yippee!
Other things. Again, reminder about the Twitter, because we have some cool stuff going on the next week and the week after, and they're just always on the Twitter. There's always stuff going on the Twitter, and it's always fun and freaky and fresh. And there's little secrets that are going to be hidden in places. God, there was something else that I wanted to say. I don't remember what it was. So that's really helpful on my part.
I'm trying to think.
We're just having some fun, getting some stuff sorted, and I'm very excited for everybody's future lore plans and ideas. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Wait, what's that, DM? Was that a little sniffle? You good? You getting cold? I wonder if that's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing? We foreshadowing again?
What do you think about that foreshadowing, Al?
Foreshadowing.
Oh. I smile.
You smile? I smile.
Hee hee.
Oh yes, that's the thing that I wanted to mention. Next month, along with the party, when we have another Mythrill Monthly, hopefully it will be December and January recap. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I'll just reiterate it again, because we're trying desperately to catch up to more modern times of what is happening.
Yeah.
But that is the plan. And we actually get to see some catch-ups written by Katie Gobert, because Katie's been helping me with some for next month. So we love that. We adore it. We adore Katie Gobert so much. Katie Gobert writes a lot, so whoever special guest next time is going to have to deal with that. We love it. But I think aside from that, I don't think there is anything else that we need to mention. Unless there's anything you guys can think about.
No.
Good. All right then. Then that is the end of Mythrill Monthly. We'll give some quick thanks to our lovely little helpers, Elle, my beautiful co-host. Once again, Jamie, for being a special guest today. Thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you. You gotta rest your voice though, bestie. Jesus.
I have a meeting to be in.
Oh no. Okay, well, you're enough to that if you need to. But final thanks as well. Again, thank you to Sky for making the intro and outro music for Mythrill Monthly. I just call it Rats. It's a cool little scrungly theme. It's very enjoyable. Thank this guy for making that. Thank you to Mars for making mine and Elle's PNGtubers. Jam's PNGtuber was made by the lovely Rose Funder. And we have it on the whiteboard to be kind of like a Discord call because, you know, it's cute.
They calling me.
We calling you. We also giving Mars less work because he's working a lot on some
Yeah.
cute stuff, which we won't talk about right now. Expect stuff
my
next
God.
month. Expect some cool Twitter stuff next month. Extra cool Twitter stuff next month.
Oh yeah.
Excited job
And a
noises.
final thank you to the lovely, lovely Kaloy who made our background for the set, with all its cute little animations and my fancy little whiteboards, and its pretty details. Thank you so much to Kaloy. We appreciate.
We love Kayla in this household.
We do be paying Kayla's wages. We do be paying Kayla's wages right now. Which
I love Kayla.
very, very
Kayla.
cute.
We love Kaloy.
Like on screen, yeah, it is like
We do.
Gem's being protected on the screen. That's the point. This also makes it a lot easier if we have more than one guest. We don't have to get a bunch of PNGtubers made. We can just use the ones they have or their Discord profile and just plop them on the screen. Woo! It's very, very fun. But that's the end of Mythrill Monthly. So we'll see you guys next month. Look out for the next immediate lore stream. Is February 29th at 6 p.m. GMT, which is Thursday. So we love that. Yippee. That's the next little stream, so join the Discord to make sure you don't miss it. And this will be uploaded to YouTube. Hopefully by Thursday as well, at the latest. If I remember. Someone remind me.
Yippee!
Yeah.
Yippee! But I think with that, bye guys. Say bye guys.
Bye.